Hello, hello, YouTube. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm here today streaming for you guys, working on more assets for actually the same assets for the Megaman XFPS project. Estrala Zero is here. A rare sighting indeed, as Estrala was saying in the chat. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm sorry, Estrella. I know my streams are super late in Brazil. I'm trying to do them a little bit earlier, like an hour earlier than this. Trying to aim for like 7:30, but even then, I think I'm still like 5 hours ahead of you guys. So, yeah, it's rough. But you know, they're recorded, so you can always watch the replays if you like, and try to catch them if you happen to be awake for whatever reason, working on stuff, what have you. But yeah. Glad you're here tonight. Glad my Brazilian watchers can tune in when they can. Glad there's some night owls out there. And yeah, so I'm going to get going on this stuff right now. If you saw the last stream, I was working on the road assets for the Megaman XFPS project, and I was making some new segments. And we're having fun walking around in first person mode in Blender, which is super fun, and all that good stuff. So I'm kind of continuing that now. I figured out how I'm going to organize the thing. Basically, I'll kind of go over that a little bit, because this big curving piece, I was sort of thinking, how am I going to do that and make it work in the game. So I'm going to talk about that a bit. I'm going to switch my video now so you guys can see. Let me see here. Get rid of this. Oh, and also get my music going. Of course. There we are. That's on now. Cool. And my display. Awesome. Make sure my levels are good. Okie dokie, sounds pretty good, I think. I'll know when I hear my voice in a second. There's a delay. Oh, I can hear my breathing so much. It's my nose. I think I need to have my nose scooped out. My sinuses, they're always closed up. Alrighty. So we're gonna get going. Estrala says, I'm indeed working at some stuff right now. I've got a little bit of an art thing to do for my graduation thingy. That's cool. I can't believe I'm done with school. That's cool too. Are you done with college? Did you just finish university, or are you done with like high school? I don't know what you were at. Either way, I'm sure it's a relief. Finals and all that stuff. I remember all that stuff. It was not that long ago for me. Or was it? I don't want to think about how long ago it was. Now I'm gonna feel old. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, I barely got anything done over the weekend. I was doing some other stuff. Sort of splitting my time. But so the reason this curve is flat now is because I realized, if I open this up, that in order to get this to work, oh shoot, oh yeah, that'll work. I need to, well, first of all, I had to flatten out the road tilt all the way up manually, because it wouldn't, like when you try to clear the tilt, it actually makes the tilt worse, just because of the way the curve was, the bezier. And then, so now that's nice and flat, so that in real life you would have a little bit of a curvature, because when you're driving it helps you stay on like the side, you know, and keep from flying off. If you're curving in, you know, they would curve a little bit, but because we're gonna have your character primarily walking around on this, I figured it would be better to just keep it not at an angle and just keep it as straight as possible, so that while you're running around on it and fighting stuff, it won't be like at a constant tilt, because that would be kind of obnoxious. I think it's better to just cheat that a little bit. So that's a gameplay thing gotta consider. And now, so I'm gonna, now because this curve is flat and it's not rising, if I clear the tilt, it actually straightens everything out. So now with all these straight pillars, I can just move the pillars up vertically into place, and they will all line up, and they will be straight, going straight down, and everything will be right with the world. And that's how I figured out how to solve this, because I could not for the life of me remove the tilt when the Bezier curve was spiraling. It just didn't want to do it. So that's the deal with that. So I'm gonna get going on some of that grunt work tonight. So I'm gonna be chatting a lot. I'll be looking at the chat a lot. If there's questions, if people want to talk about stuff, I have stuff to talk about. I don't know if anyone's interested, but I found a game that I really like that I played a little bit too much this weekend, which is part of the reason. Let's be honest, it's part of the reason why I didn't get a lot of work done this weekend. But it's okay. It was the weekend. I deserve, take a couple days off on the weekend every once in a while. Spinny. But back to the chat. Speaking of the chat, Straw says, no, I'm done with school, turning 18 in a few days. Oh, okay. And I'm not even a functional adult. This is great. That's cool. So are you going to university after school? It's a dreaded question. Okay, so now I got this curve straightened out, so I need to apply this object. Convert to mesh. And now what I'm going to basically do is go in piece by piece. Yeah, I worked on a gig during the week. I did some 3D for an indie game project for someone who I've done some work for in the past. And so I treated myself to buying a game, which was an early access game called Ready or Not. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it's it's basically sort of like a tactical shooter simulation of a SWAT team. It's like a tactical, oh shoot, what did I do there? It's not what I meant to do, sorry. That's gonna chug now for a second. But yeah, it's a simulation tactical shooter. And it's really very in-depth, very much like commanding a SWAT team. It's pretty cool. I really like tactical shooter kind of stuff, but I've never really played any hardcore tactical shooter before, so this is the first for me. Man, that game is super hard, but it is very fun. And I've been watching these videos online of like former veterans, like Marines and stuff, playing it, and they actually know like real tactical tactics and so they're really good at it, and they'll go through a map and just like clean it up like super professionally, and it's cool to see them sort of interact and play multiplayer and the teamwork that goes on. But for me, I'm not that at all, so my tactics are pretty basic, and I'm playing single player just with the AI companions, ordering them around. But it's very fun. It's a challenging game, and the cool thing is, which I didn't know when I bought it, but apparently they're releasing the full version, because it's an early access game right now, in like 3 days, which people have been waiting like years for. And so I just happened upon it like right when it's about to get really awesome. Not that it wasn't awesome already, but right when it's about to get even more awesome, which is awesome. And so I paid the early access price, but I will get the full game in just a couple days, which is super neat. So I also recommend, if any of you like tactical first-person shooters, pick up that game, because it's going full price in a few days. But if you get it now, you get it for the $40 instead of whatever it's going to be, which I assume will be 50 or 60, maybe 70. Astrala0 says, gonna have to grind some money first, I'll need some time. I do plan on eventually going to university though. I've heard my older brother talking a lot about wild arms when it comes to tactical RPGs. Wild arms, I haven't heard of that. Tactical RPG. Is Is that like kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics kind of thing? Those are cool too. I'm talking more like first-person shooters, but those are awesome too. I like strategy games as well. Like what are those, like tower defense games? I really like those also. That always kind of reminds me of those tactical RPG kind of games too. It's all good stuff. Yeah, and I think Ready or Not is a bit of an indie as well. I don't think it's like a giant studio working on it or anything. They've definitely got a solid team. I don't know how many people it is. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm pretty sure it's like a small group who just wanted to make this really cool SWAT simulator kind of thing. What if I just select all, and then I'll deselect the ones that I've already dealt with, like this one, and that way I'll just deselect instead of, well, that's harder though, because it's not L. Yeah, so never mind. That's not actually a good solution for this. It'd be better if that was all one piece. Just move that up. I don't have the brains for tactical FPS. I tried my luck with Valorant, it didn't go very well. Oh, I wouldn't call... Well, I guess it's tactical in its own right, but Valorant's pretty actiony, I thought. Isn't it sort of fast-paced? When I'm talking about tactical, like if you look up this game, it's more like like you have to slow down. Like you have to actually like check your corners and like watch out for people hiding in places, and like, you know, you take your time clearing doors and entryways and stuff like that. It's very methodical kind of gameplay. It's actually a little bit more slow-paced in that way. Valorant, I feel like, is like an action shooter, isn't it? More so? Not that it doesn't have tactics. Like, even Overwatch has tactics to it. But it's not exactly the same thing, I don't think. Those are cool too, though. I never got into Overwatch personally. Something about cartoony shooters, it doesn't really do it for me. I've heard good things about Valorant. People like Valorant a lot. I've never really looked into it because, again, I'm not really into cartoony shooters. I have friends who play Fortnite and they swear it's such a fun game, but the same kind of thing. I've never tried it because I'm not really into the cartoony stuff. I may try that one at some point though, just because I have friends who play it. It'd be cool to play with them. Something like that. Strala says, well, you do need to do all that on Valorant too. The skills don't really make it too fast. It's still very stop and shootish, you know? I haven't really watched Valorant gameplay. I always assumed it was fast-paced, like action kind of gameplay, but maybe it isn't. Is that true? I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe you don't quite know. Like, have you seen tactical shooters before? I'm talking like Arma kind of stuff. You know, like Arma 3 or DayZ or something like that kind of tactical. But I could just be wrong about Valorant. I don't know that much about it. Maybe it is more tactical, which would make it more interesting to me, I think. That'd be cool. Maybe I should look into that. I always thought Valorant of being more along the lines of like Fortnite or Call of Duty kind of vibe, like in terms of the fast-pacedness of it. But that's true actually, that I haven't really seen any. I don't think I've ever watched any Valorant gameplay, come to think of it. I've heard people talk about it, and that's just why I assume that it is the way that I think it is. But I might be wrong completely. Or like Apex or something like that. Like those are pretty fast-paced kind of games. Warzone, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was like that. Astrala says, for me, tactical shooters are the ones where you can't slide jump around the map. They're more focused on strategy, resource management, and map awareness. Also, the bullet spread forces you to slow down. Yeah, I could see that. It's a spectrum for sure. You should check out Ready or Not gameplay. I think you'll see what I mean. But yeah, I'm sure it's based on what you're saying. I see what you mean exactly. Yeah, because I don't like that either. I'm not a big fan of that was one of the things I hated when I was back in the day. I used to really like playing Call of Duty with friends. I got off of it. I think I peaked with it around like Modern Warfare 3. That was the game me and my friends always played a lot of. But then one thing I always found annoying was, yeah, there would always be some kid running around who would do like a 360 no scope or like, you know, some crazy thing like that. Or like those people who just jump. Like they jump constantly and like you can't shoot them because they're just super jumping and sliding. And I know exactly what you mean. I hate that stuff. I'm sure they have lots of fun, the people who do that, but I always thought it was annoying. It kind of breaks your immersion. And it's also annoying. The reason why it's really annoying, I'll be honest, is because they usually beat you, right? Like it usually works. And that's what's the most annoying about it. It's like, I can't believe he looks so stupid and it's also totally working and he totally beat me. That's the worst. It's unbearable. It's like true dishonor. He looks stupid and he beat me? What does that make me? Astrala says drops from the ceiling and 360 no scopes here. It's just skill. I mean, they're not wrong. It is a skill. It doesn't make it any less annoying. Yeah, I really hated that. Yeah, I stopped playing Call of Duty after, I think I tried to play Black Ops 2, which was the next one they put out, and I could feel that it was moving in a direction that was not appealing to me anymore. At that point, I was like, oh, I don't like this now. That's unfortunate. It was a good run. But, yeah, became something else at that point. Not for me. And I was bummed because I was kind of thinking about, because I've been kind of itching for like a first-person shooter, which is funny because I'm making one, but it's not the same, obviously. But like, yeah, I've been itching to play one, look for one that's really fun, and I was gonna try a couple different ones before I found Ready or Not. But one of the ones that came out recently was they just did a remake of Modern Warfare 3, which was the Call of Duty that I really liked. Unfortunately, I heard really bad things about it. So, kind of made me not want to pick it up and waste the money on it. Games are expensive nowadays, so can't just go willy-nilly getting stuff. I heard a whole thing about how games are especially expensive in Brazil, and a lot of people don't spend money on games, so they play a lot of retro games. I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that's true. It's just something that I heard. Speaking of Brazil. Estrada. If you're not a fan of that, then I'd say stay away from Fortnite, my guy. That's most of what you'll have there. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. That's why but my friends play it, so I might try it just because of that. And it's free, so those factors for me. But yeah, I think you're probably right. I probably won't like it that much. I'll give it a shot though. I think I tried Apex and I didn't even like that, and that's a lot more grounded, but similar. Battle Royales are definitely a type of game you play for 40 minutes with no action, only to get knocked out as soon as you meet with the enemy. Yeah, I don't mind that if it's happens, you know, even if it happens kind of a lot. It's more just like, I don't know, something about the whole concept of the Battle Royale thing I never really liked anyway. I'm trying to think if I ever played one that I really enjoyed, but I don't think that I have. I think I first saw that concept in a funny, oddly enough, it was a Minecraft game mode on a servers where people would do like a, what do they call it? Kind of like a Hunger Games kind of a thing, and like that whole concept of the world shrinking and you having to get closer and closer to the enemy over time, and that whole thing. I don't know if that's all there is to Battle Royale. I know that's like an aspect of it though, I think, right? I might be wrong. And I know it's also like, you know, it's not teams, it's like a everyone for themselves kind of thing. So in that way, that Minecraft game mode was very similar. And I thought it was really cool in Minecraft, but I never played it myself. I just watched other people sort of stream it and stuff. But yeah, that was how I got introduced to that concept, and I thought it was cool then. But for some reason, in terms of a shooter, it's just like, it doesn't interest me. I think I like realistic shooters. I think that's just what it is. Like, I like, you know, being immersed and feeling like I'm part of a SWAT team or a you know, battalion of Marines or something. I think that's what's really interesting to me as far as shooters go. Although I did play one cartoony shooter before called Loadout that was on, I think, PS4, that was like a free shooter, and I had some fun with that, and that one was pretty goofy. Oh, I remember the other one I tried to get into was Team Fortress years and years and years and years ago. Team Fortress 2, rather, because my friend played it at the time, and he wanted me to play, and I tried to play, and I just couldn't do it. See, I was looking because I was talking, that I would forget one of the freaking heads of one of these things. So now I gotta choose either to find it or to undo. I think I'm just gonna undo. Fix that. I gotta make sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. And make sure that was the only one I missed. It's annoying that they're not all one piece. It's just the way it is though. Okay. Estrella says, yeah, we play a lot of retro stuff. The BR pricing, or the Brazil pricing for games here are surely something. That Mario Battle Royale is still the best thing the Battle Royale genre has ever seen. I play TF2 from time to time. It's silly. It's hard to get good at, honestly. Very chaotic. There's a Mario Battle Royale? What is that? I haven't heard of that. That sounds interesting, actually. I've never heard of such a thing. That's not what Mario Wonder is it? I thought Mario Wonder was just like another Mario game. What's the Mario Battle Royale game? Yeah, TF2, I think the characters are really cool, and I like they did those really cool cinematic trailers to introduce you to all the characters. That was such a great thing when they did that. That blew up all over the internet, and that was really well done. But yeah, I just didn't like the gameplay personally. It couldn't really grab me. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of skill involved in that too, because there are definitely people who are good at it and people who are not good at it. So, you know, something to be said for that. I remember there was one big first-person shooter kind of game, or maybe it was a third-person. I actually don't remember. Called Starhawk, which was a sequel to a game called Warhawk, and that game was super fun because it was like a sci-fi kind of shooter, and you could build bases and sort of fortify your defenses and stuff. It's kind of like Fortnite, actually, kind of. And then, but you could also build these big spherical energy shields, and I used to have fun just like building a bunch of those and creating like this impenetrable fortress where people would just try to bomb me and they couldn't get through. But then that game had such a weird learning curve that like once people got good with the ships in the game, it was super unbalanced. And if there was even one player who was like really proficient with the ship, he could just dominate the entire other team with just one ship, just piloting one thing. And it was like, that just made the game not fun after a while, because after a while too many people were good with the ships and then you basically couldn't even play the game. It was so unbalanced. I always hated that. It was a bummer, but it was fun for a while. If anyone remembers that was like PS3 generation, I think. Yeah, freaking Starhawk. I haven't thought about that in a long time. I forgot I even played that game. Estrella says there was one for the Switch. It was a set of players playing through the classic levels. They could do some stuff to mess with the enemy stage. It was cool, but Nintendo killed it. It was a battle royale game though? I think we might have different definitions of battle royale. That doesn't sound like battle royale to me. I thought battle royale was the one where it's every man for himself and you start off far apart and then the map slowly condenses. Isn't that battle royale? Or am I off base? I might not know what it is. Or you might be wrong. I don't know who. One of us is wrong. Or we just have different concepts of battle royale. I meant more like the current trend of battle royale games, I guess is what it is. I guess it's always had its own definition though before that, but not sure what you're talking about. It was a game on the Wii U? Or it was on the Switch? I think I remember there was a game on the Wii U where like, I think that was a Kirby game or something. I don't remember. But like you could like draw stuff and help the other player. Pretty sure that was Wii U though, because you were drawing on it. I might be thinking of something else. High enough, did it? This one and that one and that one. No. This one and that one and that one and this one. Cheesy. Estrella says, I remember a fan game too. It was all the players playing the same stage and just racing it out. And for me, Battle Royale is very much a big lobby where people do something to fight to victory. Well, that's just any game with a big lobby then. I don't think that's I think the definition of Battle Royale might need to be narrowed down a little bit more. But I get what you're saying. That would be like sort of the vague definition of it. But there's a trend in games right now of Battle Royale. It's mostly shooters that kind of came after Fortnite. And it's like, Apex and, all these PUBG, these are all kind of battle royale games that were spawned after that. So it's become this like new genre. But yeah, I guess the classic terminology of battle royale is more like what you're talking about, which makes sense. Gosh, this is so tedious. There was probably a way to do this like procedurally that I just didn't know, but I don't know, here I am. If anybody knows, and if it can help save me some time next time, let me know, because this is super boring. Just moving all these pillars up here manually. Yeah, I think we're getting to the easy part now, because they're all, I think this is leveled off now. Yeah, okay, so they're all at the same level, so it didn't take too long. It was just kind of annoying. I hope that wasn't too boring to watch. Astral0 says, so technically Hunger Games is kind of a battle royale. Yeah, I think that maybe that's even where they got the idea from. And the Mario 35 for Switch is battle royale also. Mario 35, not sure, don't know. Mario 35 for Switch. That's the Mario that you were talking about? That's kind of like Battle Royale-ish. It sounds fun, a Battle Royale Mario game. I remember, was it Mario Kart Double Dash? I think it was the GameCube one, yeah, Double Dash, where you could do like a battle mode and fight all the different carts with your friends, and it was really fun. That was kind of like similar to that kind of idea, but obviously you're in carts, so it was like a racing game. But there was like a battle mode where you would just kind of, it was sort of more geared towards using the power-ups on each other and stuff, if I remember correctly. I think it was Double Dash. I used to play that at my friend's house a lot when I was a kid. Oh, and Mario Party. Those are really fun too. Those are just kind of like a battle. I don't know if it's Battle Royale necessarily, but those are super fun games. I love Mario Party. It's always good. I'm sleepy already. That's not good. I have a little bit of caffeine left. And is that the same height as these ones? Yeah, just about. Okay, cool. So I think I'm finally done with this freaking piece, and it looks pretty good. Turned out well. I wonder if I can render this in Eevee and walk around on it, or is it going to crash again like last time? I'm sort of afraid to try because I don't want it to crash again. But oh no! Ooh. Something definitely went awry there. It's like one vertex didn't get selected. How does that even happen? I bet that's a glitch. I bet that's like a non-movable vertex or something. Let's see. Oh, nope, it's movable. So somehow I just missed that. Even though it was auto-selected. So I'm gonna fix this the smart way. By grabbing that and deleting it. And just grabbing this and moving it. Oh, not that. Duplicate. And then move it. Yeah, there we go. I'll have to rotate it into place, but it's not too bad. Oh shoot, but that one has the missing light texture. Yeah, you know what, that's okay though. That'll be a nice little, for anyone who saw this stream, when this game is finally finished someday, and they see that, they'll be like, oh yeah, I remember. He was talking about Battle Royale, and he said things that he didn't know about, and he was dumb. And then he did all that move into those pillars, like some kind of chump. And then one was broken, and he left the texture screwed up. Yeah, A nice little Easter egg. The strongest is definitely one of the streams ever. Yeah, pretty much. Sounds about right. Mario 35 is the name, a free online multiplayer game for the Switch, which was up for a limited time back at 2020. Huh, I don't even remember that. I might have missed that completely. It was a limited time game. That's really interesting. I'll have to look that up later. Let's see what that looked like. That sounds cool. Whoa. Oh, I thought it was glitching, but it's just because it's in isometric. Okay, let's see here. I just want to straighten this out a little bit more. Should be good. Oops, I hit the wrong key. Now everything is frozen. Will Blender crash? Find out next time. Oh. Okay. Well, it didn't crash. Okay, there we go. Don't know why that happened like that. Cool. Okay, so fix that problem. That's good. Okay, is there anything else like that that I need to worry about? Or does everything else look pretty good? Did I miss any more light pole pieces? Don't think so. I think it's good. Quality assurance is important. Okay. Alright, I'm going to save it. I feel like it's going to crash, but I'm going to try to render an EV anyway. Hey, look at that. Didn't crash. Cool, cool. I don't know why it crashed last time. It's weird. Navigation and walk navigation and hit G. Oh, I should actually deselect first so I can see nicely. There we go. View, navigation, walk, gravity. Cool. Yeah, so now my road's done. This curvy piece, got everything, looks pretty good. And so you'll see now, see if this was curving like it was before when I walked on it and it was all tilted to the left, which probably more accurate in terms of realism, but this will be much easier for the character to actually just walk on and fight on than the angled plane all the way through the road. I just felt like that would be too much, and also I was trying to think about how the enemies would navigate on it and stuff like that too, and I was like, oh, that could be a nightmare. It could look really bad because some of the enemies have weird characteristics, like weird legs and stuff. So I was like, probably not the best call. So I just made it a little bit even, or much more even. I totally evened it out rather, and so I think this is better. And if I want to try something with an angled plane, that'll be more like a specifically challenging area or something. But it's not super necessary, I don't think. There is going to be, well, at least so far I'm planning on having the road be destructible, or at least parts of it be destructible. Just because that's in the original game. Some of the road is destructible, and some enemies destroy the road as you progress. And that creates like pitfalls and things, so I thought that would be cool. So maybe that'll give me an opportunity to try some angled ground or something in sort of a difficult situation. but I didn't want it on this curvy thing. It's looking pretty good though. I'm excited to get these pieces into Unreal and actually start putting them together and form some cool levels and things. That'll be dope. Estrella says it's almost like I'm driving through the Central Highway. Yeah, straight up. That's what I'm hoping. It'll look good when it's done. I'm really happy that I figured out the subdivision thing for the Bezier curves, because this is like perfectly curved now, and it's not about the geometry. I don't know how it did that, so I wonder, did it add geometry to it? I actually haven't checked, because how is it making it curve so smoothly if it's not geometry? Oh, I guess it's just, no, yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it looks like it's changed anything in that way. No, not really. Yeah, that's kind of amazing. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's because I just have enough edge loops and that sort of evens out somehow, but I don't know, I couldn't. It's kind of amazing, kind of blowing my mind how that just perfectly curved everything. It's really cool. Like, is this a straight section? Is this completely like flat? I wonder. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool though. Yeah, that's a great trick, the Bezier and the array. I'm gonna find other cool ways to make interesting junk with that. It's fun just to play with and see weird results. I used to like doing that with like screw modifier in Blender, and I think I got that from another Jama Jurabev tutorial, where he was showing how he designed like huts in the Mandalorian on some of the Star Wars planets and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. Procedural stuff like that is really, really awesome. Cool, so this is looking good. So, should I get rid of this curve or maybe try to use it for something? I might have fun with something real quick. I just want to kind of try something stupid. Just do some Hot Wheels stuff or something. Let me see if I can take a section of this. Oh, that's interesting. Does it? Oh no. Does it? Does it read it all as one piece now? Oh no, it's still sections. Okay. That's interesting. I wondered if that would be the case. Oops, I don't want that. I may have also selected, no, I don't think so, because I didn't get that far. And then grab that as well. Okay. Oops. Cool. So now I'm going to move this over here. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? So now if I take this and I apply the same modifiers from before, I'll apply a array modifier. Cool. and then apply that curve modifier. And if I go into, oops, if I go into the curve, oh, it has plenty of subdivisions, yeah. So it should work and be very smooth. Let's see here. It's like a roller coaster. Oh, check that out. Interesting. And that's all smooth now. It's all smooth and curved. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. It's perfect. That's really neat. And then we can just play with this curve in real time. So what happens if we just select all and then rotate? Oh no, not on that axis though, just on the individual ones. That's pretty weird. Ooh. It's like Snake Way. Like in Dragon Ball. Wow. That's so cool. That's such an interesting way. You could do so much stuff with that. You wouldn't think to do it that way. Like, you could create molding with that, or you could create like sort of weird patterns and geometry. It's pretty cool. What if I did it on a particular axis? Interesting. And then what if I did it on like the Y? Ooh. That's even weirder. Okay. Oh, DFK Man says, dumb question, why models instead of brushwork? Models instead of brushwork? Because they're for games. Or this is for a game. That's why. I do both though. Sometimes I do brush stuff. And then, what's up, fellow viewers? Don't know how that works. The words of the developer. Yep, pretty much. I don't know how lots of stuff works. This is super fun though. I'm having a blast with this. Oh. Ooh. Okay, that's how you make it Snake Way. You rotate on the Z. And then, yeah, look at that. I guess you could, in theory, wait, I had a great idea just now. If this works, it'll be really cool. Okay. We're gonna get trippy with this. Let's bring out our timeline. And let's see if we can animate this, because I think you can, but I don't know for sure. But if you can, like, can I put a keyframe with the curves like this? Oh, I guess you can't, because, yeah. Because you can't keyframe the rotation of the curve. Can you? Shoot. Wait, but you can keyframe the movement of the curve. So can you... Ah, interesting. Okay. So it could still work, but it would be a little different. So... Okay, let me try something like that. Whoa, that's not what I was trying to do. It's pretty interesting though. Yeah, so I guess if I made it like let's do this. Let's just delete all of those. Let's add, oh wait, did I, yeah, and then add wait, what's going on? Aren't I in edit mode? Yeah, so why did that not work? So I need to delete all but one. I guess. And then E, and then bring that all the way out here. Then A, and then subdivide. Subdivide, 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 subdivide. That's probably enough. And then okay. So now if I move this, yeah, there we go. Check that out. Okie dokie. So now I can have this, like, say on frame 0, we can keyframe it here, and then on key, let's say maybe 250, bring it all the way. Oh, but it's changing that. Okay, that's okay. This is just an experiment. Down to there, and then let's just do location, rotation, and scale. And so then in theory this should animate that way, and it should just create this weird snaky kind of thing, and like a trippy kind of thing, which could be pretty cool. Let's see if that worked. View, navigation, and walk G, and then we'll hit play. Oh, and we get thrown off because we have gravity. So it's probably not going to work with gravity, but let's do it without gravity. So let's just go back to view, navigation, and walk. And then we'll just do it like this. Oh, I don't get it. Why do I keep falling? Well, I can't do it in walk mode, but check this out. That's awesome. That's so cool. What? That's so trippy. You could make such a great, like, you know, I don't know. You could make like a great, like, drug trip scene or something with that. That's amazing. Look how cool that is. Look at that. That's sick. I'm so pleased with this. That's really cool. I wonder if I can see it in Eevee. Will my computer blow up? DKF. Oh wait, where are we at here? Astral. Oh yeah, Astral Zero says, Danny's definitely a simple fellow. He has so much fun simply messing around with the models. Yeah, it's true. I do. This is super fun for me. I love finding stuff like that, because see, now I can potentially use that in a future project, like an animation or something, and that'll be really cool. I think Eevee's gonna crash. Blender. Doesn't seem like it's gonna work. It's taking its time. I shouldn't have flown so close to the sun. Oh, it did! It killed my blender. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll bring that back up right now. Yeah, I knew Eevee would be too much to hope for there. That was worth a try, though. I need a better graphics card before I can pull that off. Much better. I'm still running an old, whoa. Why did it open on material preview? That's strange. Sorry, be up and running in 1 second here. I hope. Anyway. It's sure taking its time. Oh, you know what? I don't know when I saved. I hope it wasn't too far back. It was probably before I did all that cool stuff with the snaky red. Yeah, I'm gonna find out right now. Yeah, snaky red's gone. Looks like all my work is saved though, so that's the important part, right? I was smart about that at least. Cool, cool, cool. I wonder if I have... Now I gotta check and see if I have a autosave file, if I was lucky enough to maybe just have one pop up right before all that went and crashed on me. That'd be cool if I didn't have to set that up again to see it. If I do, I'm not even gonna bother. But if I can open up a quick save or a what do they call that, autosave, then it'll be worth it. Let's go to app data, local temp. Sorry, I'm digging through my files to get to my last autosave, which was at 9:29, which was maybe, yeah, maybe I could try and open it and see if it was there. I don't think so though. I think it probably wasn't. I think I lost it. It's all good though. It wasn't that hard to set up. There's probably all kinds of things you could use that for though. Really fun to mess with that. Oh, look at that! I did have it auto-saved. Sick. Check this out. So here, let me make sure this important one is nice and secure. Priorities. Priorities. Jeez, why is it so laggy? I just have 2 copies of Blender open with these giant road pieces. Shouldn't be that bad. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. Okay, there we go. Close that one. Hey, we're back. And animated. So I got it back. That is super cool. Still cool. Still dig it. Oh, that's nifty. You could even animate a snake with that. That is really neat. Man, super cool. Alright, well, hope I didn't bore you guys too much with that. I thought that was super interesting how that works. And you could probably... Now I'm getting more ideas. Ooh. Okay. Because in theory you could do this too, and then you could make it rotate as well. So like, what if you did like at every like 50, you could also like rotate it like that. No, wait, I messed up. Rotate it on the Y. Yeah, like that. And then you have something even different. Now it moves, and it also goes up like that, and slowly rotates around down and flattens. That's pretty cool. It's like two different sine waves going at each other at perpendicular angles. That's interesting. And then I suppose you could add a third one where... Could you add another one? Because the other axis probably wouldn't work. Yeah, that's the X. So that would just move it. Well, I guess it does adjust it, doesn't it? But in really anomalous. I mean, that's bizarre. That was Y. And then we know what Z is, obviously. Oh shoot, I keep hitting that by accident. There we go. Yeah. Oh, what? There we go. R and then Z. Yeah, so we already know that. But this, when you rotate off the axis, it does even other things. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, hope that wasn't too boring for you guys. I had lots of fun messing with that and getting my nice curvy thingy ready for the game. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. Nice quick stream tonight. I'll be on again tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get on earlier tomorrow. I'm gonna make a point to start by like 7:30, because I know some people it's super late where they're at anyway, so hopefully more people can watch that way. But yeah, oh yeah, and Estrella says Estrella was getting sleepy and logged off anyway. No worries, Estrella. Good night. And good night to everyone else as well. Thanks for watching, people who watched. Thanks if you're still here, especially. And appreciate the support. Love you all. See you on the next stream. Feel free to check out my catalog of recorded streams if you're interested in that. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.